Hello everyone. This is a case of an 85-year-old lady who had dense corneal scarring in both her eyes and a grade 2 to grade 3 nuclear sclerosis with posterior subcapsular cataract. So we decided to take the eye with the better cornea out of the two. Now these type of corneas were pretty common because of old trachometer scarring. Now after staining you can appreciate the corneal opacities. The whole cornea is degenerated with multiple corneal opacities in the central as well as the peripheral part. Now using a stereo coaxial illumination in the microscope is helpful in such cases, but the microscope that I am using does not have that option. Another option is using the chandelier illumination. Now doing the rhexis is difficult, but one of the most important steps in these type of cases. You can visualize the capsule in certain areas, while in certain areas you have to do it blindly. Making a sufficiently large rhexis is important. I was able to do a 5.5 millimeter rhexis in this case. Now this cataract was an uneven density type of cataract. That is, at some places there were corticocapsular adhesions, and these type of cataracts, they do not rotate very easily even after multiple hydrodissection attempts. So here I am trying hydrodissection on all sides. You have to be very patient to deal with such type of cataracts. Now I inject visco and take my Sinskey and try to rotate this nucleus. Now it rotates, but it's not very free. I decide to proceed with phaco. Now since this is not a very dense cataract, I'll be attempting the stop and chop technique. I clear off some of the superficial lens matter and I go in the trenching or sculpt mode. I make a small deep central trench. The cornea is very hazy, so to appreciate the depth of the trench was difficult, and here I made a mistake. My trench was superficial and I tried to crack the nucleus and it didn't crack. Now I am trying to rotate the nucleus, trying to bring out the nucleus out, but I was unable to rotate the nucleus. So I came out, I re-injected visco, and now I have decided to bring out this nucleus partially in the anterior chamber. So I take a Sinskey and, like we do in SICS, I wheel out and lift one pole of the nucleus so that the nucleus tilts out of the capsular bag. Now since we are working closer to the endothelium, I use soft shell technique. I inject viscoat and below it I am injecting HPMC. Now this is not a very hard cataract, it's a soft or moderate density cataract, and I have not brought out the whole nucleus in the AC. I am working in the pupillary plane or just above the pupillary plane. I change my settings to a high vacuum, high flow setting, and the nucleus emulsification part became very easy. So instead of struggling to chop this nucleus without visibility, I think it was a better move to bring out the nucleus partially out of the capsular bag. Almost all the nucleus is out, just a small fragment is remaining, and I emulsify that. I am trying to take out the epinuclear sheet, but I decide to use a Simcoe. I make an inferior side port. Now removing this epinuclear shell is very difficult sometimes because it is very thick and adherent at the peripheral part. So you have to free it completely 360 degree and then it will come out. In the central part it is thin, and in the periphery the cortical sheet and the epinucleus is thick. So what I am trying to do is I am trying to push the epinuclear shell towards the center. And herein comes the role of a slightly larger rhexis, because if the rhexis is small, this epinuclear shell won't come out easily. Now from the inferior part it is free, and now it is also out of the capsular bag from the superior part. Now I re-inject visco below this epinuclear shell, and this will not come out with Simcoe, so I take my phaco probe again, and in epinucleus mode I slowly take this epinuclear shell out completely. Now you should use adequate parameters in this step so that the whole epinuclear shell comes out together, and that's it. Now we are left with a small amount of cortical matter. Finally I was able to see the red glow. There was not much of cortex left. And these patients get decent vision after the cataract is removed, even though their cornea is very bad, but they get reasonable amount of vision. The other eye's cornea is even worse. So I check and I see that the whole cortex is out. I inject viscoelastic in the capsular bag and fill the anterior chamber. And in this case I am implanting a hydrophilic lens, Acreos. The leading haptics have gone inside the bag. This IOL has 4 haptics. It is a good lens, just the PCO rates are slightly higher as compared to other lenses. But overall this lens is a very good lens. I wash out the viscoelastic. When you inject Viscoat, it is very important to clean and remove all the viscoelastic from the eye. Otherwise it may give rise to post-operative IOP spikes. So you need to clean out all the viscoelastic. Tap the IOL so that the visco behind the IOL also comes out. And that's it. I hydrate the wounds and finish the case. Thank you for watching.